showboaty child that loved MGM musicals and Busby Berkeley and Gypsy Rose Lee and Josephine Baker all growing up. So it was a natural progression for me. But I was doing cabaret and musicals before I knew that there was a thing called burlesque that existed in its current state. I had no idea.
Do you remember the first time you were in a various state of undress in front of a bunch of strangers?
Oh, of course. Well, I mean,
because I don't. I think it was Mardi Gras.
You were having maybe some tequila. Yeah. For me, well, as an adult, besides like running around as a child in Florida naked on the beach or something, but as a grown person, I did a musical back in 2004 maybe, or I don't remember, but it was a musical comedy, and in it the lead, and I was the lead, was required to take my clothes off in a comedic way, but my whole family came and sat in the front row. They were less than 10 feet away from me, and I thought, well, if this isn't a baptism by fire, I really don't know what could be for burlesque. So it was pretty intense.
So for burlesque, do you strip all the way? Because I've seen some burlesque shows where it's not totally.
No. I mean, that's the thing. It really is more about it's the journey and not the destination. You know, it's the art of the tease. It's also, burlesque is such a broad, encompassing term at this point. Like, a lot of people use it to describe anything and everything under the sun. My definition is definitely it's a theatrical performance that usually involves striptease, not always, in my case, usually, but that's just something I really enjoy. So.
And for New Year's Eve, for the big event, which I think year 6 for this, is it?
Yeah, this is the 6th annual time we've done New Year's Eve at the Casa Loma.
Spectacular.
Brownpapertickets.com.
Yes. Did some homework. Fire eaters, aerialists, burlesque, live band, carnival games, midnight buffet. What else?
Lots
what
of
more
bubbly.
Could you ask
for? So much going on. It really is. It's truly spectacular. My business is creating spectacle. My whole bread and butter is just creating visual and auditory splendor for audiences. So this is a really big, fabulous show. It's not just all of those things. It's all of those things combined into one really incredible package.
But you do classes too, and I would imagine some of them are for people that are interested in a vocation in doing this, or maybe part-time working in a burlesque type show. I would think some of it too are just, some ladies that want to spice things up a little bit.
Actually, most of them, I shouldn't say most, but a very good portion of my students are everyday working women, students, mothers, teachers who are just looking for confidence. They just want to reclaim maybe something they feel that they haven't been in touch with for a while. And it's really just a chance for people to, and men do it too, of course, but
that's what I was
most of my
for.
students, you have a new career just waiting for you around
Carney,
the corner.
I could see you doing some burlesque.
She said, I took my clothes off in this play comedically, and I'm thinking, you know what? It's the only way I take my clothes off, and not really even intentionally.
Well, gotta start somewhere.
This career, and I'd been to the website, and we've been Facebook friends for a long time, but this has taken you all over the world doing this.
Yes.
Is it different, or is this type of entertainment generally received the same way?
No, it is different everywhere. I mean, especially in non-English speaking places that I've performed. It's just, especially, I always bring up Germany. I love Germany very much, but they've learned. The first time I performed there was in 2009, and I was just there a few weeks ago, and they have learned to become rowdier, but they are very much very polite, bravo. It's a very theatrical performance. They sit sort of quietly, and then when you're done, they give you a uproarious but still polite applause. Whereas here, especially in the Midwest, people are out of control.
I was going to ask you, how are St. Louis audience?
It's the best. I know I'm biased, but I tell people all over the world, I'm like, you guys are great, but the crowds in St. Louis are truly the most passionate crowd. I mean, stomping the feet and jumping up and down, and my mom, front row, standing ovation, every performance.
Let's talk about the crowds for a second. Just being a guy, they haven't hired me to speak for all of them, but there's that certain male mentality where somewhere in a guy's mind, if a woman is standing on a stage in various stages of undress, if she's willing to do that, I got a chance. It doesn't matter. I mean, not just me. That mentality.
Sure.
Do you have to deal with guys just saying, hey, this is
sometimes,
a show?
but not often, to be honest. I mean, burlesque, at least in the shows that I curate, I also cannot speak for other shows, but in the shows that I curate and in my company, it is such an empowered environment. I mean, the women are in the places of power. I mean, they are, and they're also, I mean, jokingly before we were on air, you said goddesses. You know, it's kind of true. I mean, when you're on stage under all those lights in a rhinestoned costume with feathers and all that sort of magic, I think that there's just this suspension of, I don't know, like there's just this, you go for a ride, you know, you really go for this sort of journey, this sort of spectacular, fantastical feeling. And yes, it is a fantasy. So if people are thinking sexy thoughts, that's okay.
Are there tickets left for New Year's
There
Eve?
are.
All right.
The place is huge. It holds a lot of people.
1,500, I believe. Brownpapertickets.com. That's Lola Vanella, the spectacular New Year's Eve. Have a wonderful one. I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
Thanks for